Listen carefully, YAHWEH. I am not a celebrity, not a preacher, not someone who had an easy life. I am simply a man who survived enough battles to realize what truly matters. And now, I share those lessons with others. Where it all began. I grew up in poverty. Life was not soft. Nothing was handed to us. Every small victory came through sacrifice, discipline, endurance, and faith. From a young age, I learned that survival was not just physical. It was mental, emotional, spiritual. There were days when uncertainty felt normal. Moments when fear sat quietly in the background. Seasons where life tested everything. But even then, something stayed with me. The names of God. The prayers I didn't fully understand. Since high school, I had been praying the names of God almost like an oration. At the time, I did not fully understand the depth behind those prayers. I only knew that somehow, they gave strength during difficult seasons. Years later, I would realize, the names of God are not just religious words. They are survival principles, real systems, real anchors, real power during real-life battles. The real-life battles. Life eventually brought me into environments where pressure, danger, responsibility, and unpredictability became normal. There were moments of extreme stress, situations where strategic thinking mattered, times when survival depended on staying calm under pressure. I experienced hardship, loss, emotional battles, heavy responsibilities, and like many people, I also carried silent struggles that others could not see. But through every season, one truth became clearer. Human strength has limits. There comes a point where strategy alone is no longer enough. June 28, 2025. Everything changed after surviving a cerebrovascular bleed, a stroke, on June 28, 2025. Moments like that force you to confront reality very quickly. You realize, life is fragile, control is temporary, and tomorrow is never guaranteed. In that season, I experienced a deep awakening. Not the kind that comes from theory. The kind that comes when life strips everything down to what is real. And once again, I returned to the names of God, not as routine, not as religion, but as life itself. What this mission is really about. I do not write to sound impressive. I write because many people today are suffering silently. Some are emotionally exhausted. Some are financially overwhelmed. Some are spiritually disconnected. Some are trying to stay strong while slowly breaking inside. And many people no longer know where to turn. That is why this platform exists. Not for performance, but for practical wisdom. Wisdom that people can actually apply in pain, in confusion, in fear, in relationships, in leadership, in healing, in rebuilding life. Why I speak like a Lolo? Because life taught me that people do not always need complicated answers. Sometimes, they just need truth spoken clearly. Like a grandfather sitting beside you, telling you what actually matters. No pretending. No unnecessary noise. No performance. Just honest wisdom from someone who has been through enough life to understand the cost of certain decisions. That is the heart behind LOLO Real Talks, the Names of God books collection. What started as personal realization became a growing mission. The names of God are not just theological concepts. Each name reveals a solution, a system, a perspective, a survival principle. That is why I began building the Names of God books collection. A growing collection of books designed to help people heal, rebuild, gain clarity, strengthen their faith, and navigate modern life with wisdom and resilience. These books are designed for real people facing real problems. Not perfect people, just people trying to survive, heal, rebuild, and move forward. Family, legacy, and gratitude. One of the greatest blessings of my life is my family. Together with my wife, Mayet, we faced many hardships while building a life and raising a successful family. The journey was never perfect, but we kept moving forward. And through every struggle, I learned this. True wealth is not only measured by money. It is measured by peace, wisdom, resilience, relationships, faith, and the legacy you leave behind. My message to you, Appa, if you are tired, confused, wounded, afraid, or carrying silent battles, you are not alone. Life may have hit you hard, but your story is not finished. There is still wisdom to learn. There is still healing available. There is still purpose ahead. And sometimes, the breakthrough begins the moment you stop pretending you are okay. Final word. Listen carefully, Appa. Do not waste pain. Use it. Learn from it. Grow through it. Allow it to awaken you. Because sometimes the hardest battles become the doorway to the deepest transformation. And maybe that is why you are here today.